Good morning, everybody. Please ask you to turn off your phones as we get ready for our service. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here today as we get ready for service. Let's hold a moment of thought and prayer. Mahalo ke akua. Thank you, God, for the blessings of this day and the gathering of the community here at Unity of Kona. We ask for the blessings of Spirit descending upon our church and our services as we spread it out to the world. And so it is. Aloha. Aku mau mau, aku mau mau pa. Ho mai, ho mai, ho mai, ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no, awe mele ho mai, ho mai. Ho mai, ho mai ka iki mai luna mai, ona mea huna no, awe mele ho mai, ho mai, ho mai, E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e. Hele hoi akala o Malka o Kona. Hele hoi o Makai, wherever you come from. We say in Hawaii, kakaiaka e koma mai. Good morning and welcome. What an honor it is to be here. Service the unity of Kona, coming from beautiful Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. And today I'm going to send a platform. Oh, let me give you the definition of this chant. The prayer chant is a Eo Mai prayer chant, beseeching the Great Spirit and our ancestors who dwell with such, while asking for the wisdom of the story. Done in 3 octaves for the stories being told. Why would we be telling these to our children? And the highest octave, beseeching them all, Great Spirit and our ancestors, for the wisdom of life experience. With the knowledge of this experience, we never have to repeat them over and over. And so there it is, the Eo Mai prayer chant. Well, thank you for joining us here, and I'm going to pass the platform on off to Patrick. So welcome, Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. We so appreciate you coming and doing a platforming every week, and I'm happy to give you a break, and we really do appreciate you doing your prayer chant and sharing that with us every week. It's much appreciated. So welcome, everybody, to Unity of Kona for this beautiful first Sunday in November. If you would please stand, we will just begin by reading our mission statement, affirmation, and all that. So here's our affirmation for the month of November. With each breath, I let go of complaints, gossip, and criticism. I embrace harmony and contentment now. And here at Unity of Kona, we have a vision of a world family of oneness, peace, and love, with, of course, a mission to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. And if you will still please stay standing, I invite the choir to come up, and we're going to sing what is going to be our one of our songs for interfaith. So we're all getting a little bit of practice. So if you feel so moved, please feel free to join the choir and join us for the interfaith concert coming up the Monday before Thanksgiving. All right. Hear more about that after the service. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much. And while you're all standing, go ahead and take a moment to say hello, greet your neighbor. Just take a couple of minutes, and we will be back in a moment. So great to have this time together, be able to see each other after a long week and the beginning of a new week and catch up and do our greetings. Well, thank you all for being here. And now is a time in our service where we welcome our guests and visitors. So if you're new to our Unity community or you haven't been here in a while, please stand. Let us know where you are, who you are, and where you're visiting from. Anybody new? All right. Hey, welcome. Hi, Victoria. Oh, okay. Welcome. Okay, well, it's so great to see you. Thank you for coming back. Aloha. And so we like to welcome all of our guests and visitors, either online or here, by saying together, aloha and God bless you. And thank you for being here. If you are here in person, please join us after the service. We have some refreshments upstairs. It's birthday Sunday, so I know that we have a birthday cake somewhere. So please join us for that. And as far as moving on to the Daily Word, I have asked Virginia to read the Daily Word today. So please welcome Virginia.
Good morning. I'm wearing my no complaint bracelet. So when Patrick asked me to read, I couldn't say no, because he would say you're complaining. Today's lesson is for Sunday, November the 5th. I flow with life's changes. It's transition. Looking at my image in a mirror, I see myself at times when my life was changing. I may see the changing child who lost a tooth for the first time, or a proud student whose graduation day came. Perhaps I recall my ambition as I embarked on my career. Maybe I feel a tinge of sadness revisiting the pain of the loss I felt during my days' difficult transitions. As I have grown spiritually, I have learned to flow with life's transitions. I know that even during the most challenging times and changes, God remains a constant presence. I will always be divinely protected and one in God with the people I have loved. Moving willingly and gratefully through my transition deepens and strengthens my awareness of God and of myself as a divine being. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Let's repeat the transition statement for today. Today's daily word, transitions, I flow with life changes. And remember, we won't complain because we have our bracelet.
Keela and I were remarking on our way over here about how we've started this 21-day complaint-free challenge and how it's going to be a wonderful experiment in changing our thought patterns. Okay, so now is the time where we visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful heart. So just feel free to get comfortable in your seat and just feel the loving energy of just this place flowing in and around you. Just see that loving energy flowing around every person and every being in this community and in our world. And if there are any events or circumstances in your life, or anybody that is in your life you know needing prayer, see them in the center of this most beautiful, loving heart. As we see them there, we'll say together the prayer for protection. For the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. All right. Now I'd like to invite Dondi up to play some music for us. Thank you, Dondi.
This song is mainly for all the people that I'm grateful for their faithfulness in coming to church and participating. Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Thank you so much, Dondi. That was beautiful. Now it's time in the service when I welcome our guest speaker, and you'll see me run around like a madman because I'm doing the AV and the talking and the platforming at the same time. But I would love to welcome our Minister of Record, Rev Sophia Falke, who is going to talk to us today about the 21-day complaint-free challenge. Welcome, Rev Sophia.
Aloha.
Aloha.
It's good to see you all. So I want to just share an experience I had recently, and it has to do with our subject today, which is living in a complaint-free world or being complaint-free. I was talking to a friend of mine. We haven't spoken for a long time, and we were catching up. And she's also in New Thought. So every now and then I would stop and ask her, because I was thinking, oh, am I complaining about this? And was that a complaint? Because I was trying so hard to just tell the facts. And she would assure me that no, I hadn't been complaining. And then we started talking about some of the televangelists. And I made a comment about one of them. Yeah, because we were saying that many of them are New Thought if you were to take our terminology and substitute it for theirs. For instance, when they talk about evil, we can talk about separation from God. When they talk about the devil, again, separation from God, or sin, and we call it missing the mark. And then I started talking about one particular televangelist who has had many cosmetic experiences over the years. And I said something that I won't relate to you because it's embarrassing. And we both laughed. We did. And then we realized this wasn't funny. And actually, what I had just done was a judgment and a criticism. And it's like, oh, shoot, if I were wearing a bracelet, I would be switching it from one wrist to another because not only was that a judgment, it wasn't kind. So it's a wonderful experience to go through this journey to be complaint free and to start recognizing when we do complain. So it's like, why a complaint-free world anyway? Well, it's interesting that this came up as a result of Reverend Will Bowen, who had a church in North Kansas City, about 250 in his congregation. And he decided, well, I think I'm going to do something about not complaining anymore. And he had his administrative assistant look for some bracelets that they could use, and she found some purple ones that they could order in a small quantity and that were suitable. So they ordered them, and they thought, okay, we'll order 500, I think it was. And they did. He gave his lesson and introduced the principle of living complaint free, why it was important, and gave the 21-day complaint free living challenge. And the congregation was excited, and they're taking the bracelets and said, oh, can I have more for my family? And they basically, all 500 of the bracelets were gone by the time they were done that day. Well, word spread, and they started getting telephone calls saying, oh, we'd like some too. And eventually, the Kansas City Star newspaper got wind of it, and they ran an article. And as a result, this has now become a worldwide effort where I think, what is it, 15 million people in 106 countries have taken up the challenge. So I thought it would be fun and perhaps challenging for some, for us at Unity of Kona, to embark on a 21-day adventure to remain complaint free. And I'm talking about 21 consecutive days. All right. Now, a few of you may be thinking, oh, I see some laughter there. Okay. A few of you may be thinking, but I don't complain. I don't have any, I don't need to do any complaint free challenge. I'm silly, which actually would be considered a judgment. And if you said it out loud, would constitute a complaint. All right. So this challenge is not about your thoughts, it's about what comes out of your mouth or what you might write down. And that includes those emails that you think are kind of pithy, that maybe aren't. I love it. I can see your expressions. This is beautiful. Okay, so even if you don't think you need this conversation, are you willing to humor me and listen? Thank you. Thank you. Let me start with asking, is there anything in your life right now that you don't like? Your health, perhaps, what someone said to you or you said to them, that your church hasn't returned to pre-pandemic levels, the higher prices for just about everything that you have to pay living in paradise. And what else might you not like? You know, the alarm clock. Yes, mine has 2 alarms, but what is school buses? Traffic, yeah. Okay, very good. So yeah, you get the idea. And I have a friend also who said he was taking the words "in order to" out of his vocabulary because it's saying I'm not good enough as I am. For example, in order to attract my perfect partner, I need to lose weight. It's a judgment and would be something not to say out loud during the 21-day complaint free challenge. And it's something that takes away from recognizing and being the magnificent individual that you are. Basically, living complaint free, a complaint free life is inviting you to live in the space of your Christ essence and to experience love, joy, and abundance beyond measure. Maya Angelou says, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Don't complain. Do you hear that? Don't complain. So what do you think a complaint is? According to Will Bowen in his book, Living a Complaint, I think that's backward, but oh, you can see it. Living a Complaint-Free World. Complaint is criticism or judgment. That's what I was doing when I was talking about the televangelist cosmetic surgeries. Gossiping, complaining, and making negative comments. Will says that complaining is talking about things you do not want rather than what you do want. And what do we know in Unity about focusing our attention on something? It increases. And when we complain, what are we doing? We're looking to the outer, becoming the victim, lowering the vibration of ourselves and everyone around us, and inviting more of what we don't want into our lives because we're focusing on it. So, when we complain, we are using our words to focus on things that are not as we would like. Our thoughts create our lives, and our words indicate what we are thinking. Or we could say, what you say is what you get. That means that your life is a movie written, directed, produced by, and starring who? You. You got it. So tell me, what movie are you starring in? Is it an adventure like Raiders of the Lost Ark? Or a horror film like Nightmare on Elm Street? Or is it a friendly movie like Living in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? And I was going to say Mayberry also, and then I realized I was terribly dating myself. But maybe you're living in Feel Good USA. And what's wonderful is that as the scriptwriter and the one who has the starring role in your life, you have total control. If not over individual circumstances, you do have control over how you respond to them. But first, you must be conscious of times when you are criticizing, complaining, or gossiping. You will then become competent in being complaint-free. Now, there are 4 stages to becoming competent in anything. And I did brilliant slides for you that I'm sharing. Let's get there. And from the current slide, here we go. All right, so this is the cover of the Complaint-Free World book, by the way. Good read. I recommend you get it. So first is, I can do this. Here we go. Unconscious incompetence. This is where you don't know what you don't know. Here, complaining is so much a part of your life, you don't even notice that it's happening. The next is conscious incompetence. This is where you start to wake up and you'll be thinking, oh, shoot, I've got to move my bracelet again. Next, we have conscious competence. This is where you are aware of everything you are saying and make a conscious effort to reframe all that you say, everything that comes out of your mouth. Oops. Okay. and you become more positive. Then the last one is unconscious incompetence. So this is where you achieve mastery. And you don't even think about whether or not you are complaining, criticizing, or gossiping because it doesn't dawn on you to do such a thing. So why do we complain? Well, as Will Bowen explained in his book, and I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, it comes with the acronym of GRIPE. G is to get attention. And just think about it. Think in your own life when you do it, or people that you might know that they're going to be complaining or gossiping or judging to get attention. R is to remove responsibility. And this one's cute as well. One given a task, people complain about the conditions surrounding the task as a way of getting off the hook. Their intention is to either get you to admit that the task is impossible or to prepare you for the fact that they are not going to do a good job, right? And then I is to inspire envy, to brag. We complain about people who are not like us as a way of making ourselves seem superior by comparison. And we complain about things and events as a way of impressing people of our high standards. P is for power. And there is strength in numbers. People complain to build alliances with others who agree with them to increase their power. They will complain to get you on their side. E is for excuse poor performance. Now, this is the past tense version of remove responsibility, the R in gripe. When someone complains to excuse poor performance, they have already failed and are complaining to justify what happened. And as before, it's not my fault. When I was minister at Unity Center in the Valley, we took the 21-day complaint-free challenge. And we had fun as we supported each other and shared our experiences. Two of us, made it during the first 21 consecutive days without gossiping, complaining, criticizing. In my case, I made it because I got very, very I became aware of when I wanted to make a clever remark, because of course I am very clever. Then I realized that I would have to move my bracelet if I opened my mouth. So I didn't. And think about it, start noticing when you're talking with people and we seem to naturally, as a culture, go to that space of criticizing, complaining, or judging. It's so second nature. And we're in that unconscious incompetence place. So what we're working to do is at least get to the conscious incompetence and maybe even the conscious competence stages during the 21 days of continuous complaint-free living. Notice I've been saying that it's only if it is said out loud All right. Not if you're thinking it. And by out loud also, remember, watch those texts and anything you put in writing. One of my congregants shared how she moved her bracelet while driving alone. She was the only one in the car. And out loud, she said what she thought of another driver's behavior. We were quite impressed with her integrity. All right, so why the complaint free living challenge this month? Well, for one thing, the holidays are coming up. And this is when I hear a lot of, oh my goodness, I've got to put up with Aunt Mary. Oh, geez, Cousin Joe's coming and it's stupidest jokes, and the angst that starts to arise. So we wanted to give you some tools to get through the holidays and have more fun because you find if you can get through the holidays complaint free, then you can have a lot more fun. And things that you might think are important really aren't. And just the experience of going 21 days and not complaining, not gossiping, not judging is quite liberating. I was at something yesterday where the person, I was talking to someone and I realized that I was losing energy because that individual was complaining and whining about this and that and the other thing going on in their life. And it's like, oh, I would love to invite that person into the complete free living, but I won't because that's, not our relationship. So what to expect over this month? Now today was the introduction. Next week, will talk about communicating with compassion. Because we're not saying that you cannot point out when something is inappropriate, excuse me, or just plain wrong. It's how you do it. All right. So this isn't to be a doormat, but this is to be in the world with compassion and kindness. And that can sometimes be tough because it may be that you need to point out some things that are uncomfortable for other people. The third week, I'll be back and I'm going to talk about how nothing and no one is against you. And this is based on Gary Simmons' book, The Eye of the Storm. And if no one and nothing is against you, then what is there to complain about? What is there to judge? What is there to gossip about? And then week 4, Sasha will talk about the powerful principle of gratitude. Because when you focus on gratitude, even for the things that make you uncomfortable or it might be painful, you're going to find your life transformed. Yesterday we had 3 hours and 20 minutes power outage. And a car had flipped and gone into some kind of a box thing that impacted 29,000 people here in Henderson, where I live. And the first thing, my housemates and I were saying to each other, we weren't complaining that this happened. We said, oh, we're so grateful it's not August and 110 degrees out there. And it's like, well, what are we going to do? Well, as it turns out, maybe no internet, but our batteries still worked on our computers and our phones, so we were happy. And one of my housemates went out to Starbucks that's outside of the blackout zone and got some work done. And the whole time with gratitude. And faith, actually, too, that it was going to be taken care of. And it was 3 hours and 20 minutes. But it is like, it's like, yeah, and our refrigerators are going to be fine because they are super, super duper, what do you call it? Cold cases. What is it? Insulated. Insulated. But yeah, when you go camping, what do you put things in? Coolers. Yeah. So super duper coolers. It sounded much better when I said it yesterday, because I thought of the word. All right. So this is really for you to have fun. So I mean, you all received your bracelets and the little explanation also. Yes, the little card. Okay. And I heard someone say that, well, you got to snap your bracelet. Well, if that works for you, fine. Um, we were, changing wrists, but whatever works for you. And if you don't like the bracelets, put a stone in a pocket and move it back and forth. Whatever works. But this is for you to become successful. And as it says on the little card, I believe, begin on one wrist and see if you can keep it there for 21 days, continuous. And remember, catch yourself complaining. It goes to the other wrist. We start at day one. And then if you hear someone else complaining or criticizing or judging, it's okay to point out and they're part of the challenge. It's okay to point out that they're doing so. However, if you do, that constitutes a judgment and potentially a criticism. So then you need to move yours. And I remember the one other person who had gotten through the 21-day challenge, right? The first 21 days after church, and she said, "I'm going to go on to the second 21." I said, "Yes, let's do that." And I think it was a week after, and we were leaning over the rail after church and talking, and I heard a complaint coming out of her mouth, and I bit my tongue because I knew if I said anything, I'd have to move my bracelet. And a few sentences later, she caught herself. She says, "Oh my goodness, I just complained, didn't I?" And so she moved her bracelet. So just notice when you're noticing things. All right, and stay with it. It's not as hard as you think. And it's also when you first start out, you're going to be in that in competent consciousness stage. So it's building that muscle. And according to Will Bowen in his book, the average is about 4 to 8 months. And when he got to his 21st day, finally, because it took him several months, and he was sitting at dinner with his family, all of whom were participating, and he was so proud, and I forget what he said, but he realized he had just complained, and he looked with horror at his wife, said, "I just complained, didn't I?" And she goes, "Yes, honey." And so he had to start all over again. So just be kind to yourself. All right. So are you willing? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to check in at the end. I'll ask Sasha if she would, check in, or I might do it my first Monday, or we'll do both and see how y'all are doing. So let's take a moment now and go into a special time of meditation and really look at how beautiful you all are and get centered in there's really no reason to complain. So I invite you to close your outer eyes so that your inner eyes might see more clearly. Breathing deeply. And as always, when you breathe in the light and the love that is God and allow it to flow through every cell and tissue of your body. And when you exhale, release any tension or distress or dis-ease you might be experiencing in your body. And continuing to take deep breaths. Breathing in again, the light and the love that is God. And this time, imagine it permeating every thought, every emotion that you are experiencing. So that when you exhale, you release any distress in your emotions, in your thoughts, any areas where you are uncomfortable. Just release it to God. So we come together to shift and transform our own mindset, our own thought patterns, and deepen our connection with God, with our true source. There is much disturbance in our world today. So let us begin its transformation in our own hearts, knowing that we are connected with every other living being in this world. So I invite you to just imagine that you are standing side by side with people from every country in this world. Across from you is a terrorist that has been doing what we call terrible things. Maybe next to you is the head of one of the cartels. And on the other side of you is the Pope. Next to him, the Dalai Lama. In your circle, there is this beautiful child, full of the innocence and joy of youth. And there's the businesswoman, the millionaire, the man on the street with his little sign saying, "We'll work for food." Maybe your son or daughter is also in that circle, or your parent. Just imagine that you are all one. That each one of you, your true essence is love. Each of you has that Christ essence within you. And as you look in the eyes of the terrorist, in the eyes of the cartel ruler, look in their eyes with the same love and compassion as you do when you look in the eyes of the Dalai Lama, of your child, of that sweet little girl or little boy, the still innocence and joy. And knowing that you are all one Call them to your higher vibration. Or raise yours to that of someone in the circle that you perceive having just a little bit brighter light. But see yourselves lifting each other up. Taking that energy of upliftment, radiate it out into the entire world from your little circle. Knowing that as you are all one, as you each have the Christ essence in you, so does every human being on this planet. So let's shine our light to bring hope and joy and abundance to all people. And we name it, we claim it, and we proclaim it. The name and through the authority of our way shower, Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. Aloha.
Thank you so much, Reverend Sophia. Excuse me while I move around some stuff here. Okay. Thank you so much, Reverend Sophia. And we will all be working on our 21 days. I don't know if I'm going to snap my bracelet or switch sides with it. We'll see. I am excited to see how long I can keep it on and complete this challenge. So now's the time in the service when we collect our gifts and offerings. So if I could ask the ushers to come forward, we'll go ahead and take your gifts in your hands, and then together we'll say the offertory statement. Should be up on the screen shortly, so navigate to it. Wonderful. All right, all together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. And so it is. And now I'll invite Dondi and the choir forward because we are going to sing another song for you guys. Oh, where is it? There it is. All right. This winding road
where I learned to run. The race is long, but it can be won. With every step we're taking, with every choice we're making, with everything in the road, we get stronger. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We must believe we can share the dream. There's a dead-end street where I used to play, but I found my wings I can fly away. Below the street lights fading, ahead is my future waiting. Beyond the doubt and the fear, I can see it. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We must believe we can share the dream. We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Yes, you can.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Let's all share.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Share the dream.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Yes, we can.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Come on, share it.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Yes, we can.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream. We can share the dream, we can share the dream. We can reach up, we can reach out. We can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We can reach up, we can reach out. We can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We must believe we can share the dream. We can reach up.
All right. Thank you, everybody. That was wonderful. All right. Thank you so much. And now that we have, we've collected those gifts and offerings, we can go ahead and bless those together with our offertory blessing. So if you wouldn't mind joining me, through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in this center, in our lives, and in our community. And so it is. All right. See, I'm not the only one that has some technical difficulties every once in a while. Thank you so much.
I'm not complaining.
Maybe I just did. Who knows? I will change size with that bracelet here shortly. So now is the time in our service where we go through a couple of announcements. First and foremost, Unity is a prayer ministry. So, oh, geez, Patrick, come on. So Unity is a prayer ministry, so we have many ways that you can submit your prayers to do the will and work of Spirit. You can either there's slips in the back of the sanctuary or up above that you can fill out. Those can be put in the boxes, and then will be prayed over by our chaplains, and then sent on to Silent Unity for 30 days of consecutive prayer. There is also the Be Unity app, which you can get on your Android or your iPhone, and you can do that same process just online. And in Unity Village in Lee Summit, Missouri, they are holding a constant prayer vigil. So we all know that prayer works in our lives, and we have the opportunity to take advantage of that. So please do so. I have a couple of other announcements. First, we have a new team member of the month for the month of November. Congratulations, Elaine. Thank you so much. Elaine, we appreciate your loving service and devotion to our ministry. We're blessed to have you at Unity of Kona. Elaine is our co-choir director and currently serves as assistant to the board secretary. She prepares our weekly newsletter and always shares yummy dishes during fellowship. Elaine submitted the grant application for the $10,000 grant that we have received for a van and has taken charge of the bake sale on Circulation Day. Elaine, your willingness to serve and offer whatever support is needed of your time, talents, and experience are greatly appreciated. You're a bright light for all to see. We're grateful for your spirit of aloha. We love you, Elaine. Thank you. Today is Birthday Sunday, so we would like to acknowledge everybody who has a birthday in the month of November, especially those we know from our spiritual Hana. Craig Davidson, Elizabeth Meyerson, Ingrid Dean, Jan Benleen, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, and Sharon Gomez, Yvonne, Muriel Boot, and Reverend Eric Page. We want to celebrate you by saying we celebrate you and wish you all a happy day and year filled with many blessings. Happy birthday, Ha'ole Lahanau. Thank you so much. Today at noon, we have our Singing Bowl healing service and individual energy healings. We hope you can stay after and join us after fellowship for that. Join us tomorrow and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. for the Community Ukulele Kanikapila style jam sessions from beginner to experts here in the sanctuary. So bring your ukulele, so it'll be available for use, and come learn, play, share, and have fun with us. Just as a reminder, join us for an evening of self-healing meditation and discovery hosted by Sean. When's the next one, Sean? It's not on here correctly. On Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, at 6:30 to 7:30. We look forward to seeing you there. Unity will be participating in the 20th annual Thanksgiving interfaith concert scheduled for Monday, November 20th. You heard one of the songs we'll be playing at the beginning of service today at 6 p.m. We're still looking for more volunteers to join the choir for this event. You're already practicing the song, so you might as well just join us. And there's a sign-up sheet in the back of the church to add your name and contact information. Practice is each Sunday before service at 9 a.m. And it says after service today. We'll see how that goes. Updates will be provided in the newsletter and Sunday announcements. As you know, it takes a village to run our spiritual center. We appreciate everyone. Kindly consider supporting Unity of Kona by becoming a contributor and sharing your time, talent, and treasure. There are several sign-up sheets in the back of the sanctuary for you to consider, along with the refreshment sign-up sheet upstairs. Mahalo. Thank you guys so much for everything everybody does for our church. It's much appreciated. And now I will invite you to stand and make a circle. We'll sing our closing songs, Aloha Oi, and Let There Be Peace on Earth. So just make a circle behind the cameras there, and we'll close this thing out. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony, perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Mahalo, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And until we meet again, we'll sing Aloha Oi. Aloha Oi. Aloha Oi. Heke o no no hoi galipo. One fond embrace. Ahoy ayao. Until we meet again. Thanks for being here, everybody. We love you. We'll see you next week. Next Sunday, our guest speaker and musician will be Kayla, and her topic is Speaking Up with Compassion and Intention. Discover the transformative power of nonviolent communication to nurture your spiritual growth through peaceful communication. Learn how expressing yourself authentically and compassionately can transform complaints into opportunities for understanding and connection. Our guest musician next week is Michael Mandrell. All right, join us then, and until we meet again, aloha oi. Hey Hawaii kuku o ne how now way hu hu ho me kula hibine he hui o ai na pono ani o hey Hawaii aloha. Opio o Hawaii ne holy holy Vaina he a he makani pa mai ne Mau ke aloha no Hawaii Hey Hawaii, o ne, how now hu ho me, hula ivine, holy no au ina pono lani o, hey Hawaii, aloha. Opio o Hawaii ne holy 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 Maina ha he makani pa mai ne mau ke aloha no Hawaii mau ke aloha